This is the farthest that I can take you on company space bucks, Robin. You sure you want this? The research is in everything.
It is to me. And Sam. I need to know what happened.
The meteor storm.
I can use it for cover from Altera's eyes.
Gonna miss you, Robin.
I'll find my way back.
Approaching 45-46 feet. Surface temperatures. Drop pod deployed.
Wow, thanks, yeah, you betcha. Well, I'm not exactly sure where I'm supposed to be going right now. I was kinda hoping for more water. I made my way through a little canyon where these creepy looking flower things were warming me up. Once I finally made it into the water, the drop pod wasn't far. Fortunately for my coffee-addicted brain, the crafting recipes were extremely similar to the ones in the first game, so this at least won't be too difficult. Also, I should address the elephant in the room. I know I've been gone for like 6 months, life has been very busy, and I also procrastinated a ton on actually recording for this video, so yeah. Oh, crap, man. I forgot how annoying early game oxygen is. You know what would fix this? Air pipes, definitely. I made myself some basic survival tools that I would need for surviving in this survival game. I will also note that surfacing always makes me really uncomfortable. The snow sucks. Well, now I have a knife, but I still really need a scanner.
All right, I have a scanner.
The next morning I went looking for sea glide fragments. This was quite easy though, since you can find them literally all over the early game area. After crafting some prerequisite stuff, the sea glide was all mine. Now that I had increased mobility, it was time to go exploring. Screw thalassophobia, I'm not scared of anything. I also found these really weird penguin looking thingies. There's probably a use for them. I continued to find little areas with chests and other random loot, but honestly not a lot happened besides looking for material to make more tools. Day 3 I crafted a mineral detector. I knew for a fact this thing was going to be a lifesaver, especially after the time I had wasted looking for crap in the first game. As I explored out even further, I found my first sea truck fragment. I guess this is just a different version of the sea moth. Eventually, I came across this unexplored landmass, and of course, I began investigating. Hypothermia is for weaklings. I'm a strong, independent female main character. I'm just built different. Nothing gets in my way. Oh, never mind.
Stop right there, Altera. You're out of bounds.
I'm not with Altera.
Then your position is doubly precarious.
What do you mean?
If you're telling the truth, you're out of your mind. If you're lying, there'll be hell to pay.
Wait! Who are you?
Stay off my land.
Oh well, anyway, there's a cool station thing here. Time to scan an array of amazing things, like this coffee machine. I might have an issue with caffeine, not gonna lie. Okay, my thalassophobia is back now. Gotta stay away from that thing. I just continued to explore more around the map. Despite it being extremely similar to the first Subnautica, there was still a lot to see. This brought me to another land base where I found some prawn suit fragments. I scanned the large room too, why not? I might use it, you never know.
Oh, that looks like an alien thingy. It's probably leading me somewhere significant. Oh yeah, this looks quite significant.
There wasn't much I could do there though, so I left. Nothing to see here. Dude, this room looks spooky when you light it up with a flare. Ooh, ion cube. I made a bit of a mistake on day 5 when I crafted many pieces of titanium ingots. I did this to save on storage space, but later I would realize my oopsie daisy. Later, I made my way to this obnoxious looking satellite dish. Something about surveillance, I don't know. Pretty quickly, I realized that there was nothing for me to do here, so I left. As I continued to wander, I found a large wreckage. There was definitely some good loot in here, but I had nowhere near enough oxygen to explore it. I was a thirsty boy on day 6, thirsty to the point of taking damage. It's like the cool survival version of being a Genshin Impact fan. I made plenty of water using the harvested souls of the innocent, and that was enough to keep me sated. It was about time that I made myself some backup batteries too. Sheesh, I was eating through them fast with my Sea Glide. For the rest of the day, I wandered around looking for more sea truck fragments. Let's go, baby, sea truck fragment time! The area I found it in was a little sketchy though. Not a big fan. It was worth the trip since I also found the blueprint to a mobile vehicle bay. Now I nearly had enough to already make the said vehicle bay. All I needed was some lube. I could have worded that better. Anyway, the point is, I grabbed some seaweed goo and made the vehicle bay. Oh, gross. Plasteel ingots? Seriously? I have no idea where lithium is in this game. I also need an advanced wiring kit, and I have no clue where to get the silver for that. Pretty much just a giant skill issue at this point. Okay, I take back what I said about the silver. It's in the Argentite outcrops. Still looking for gold and lithium on day 8. Not gonna lie, it's really hard to look around when everything here keeps trying to eat me. Then I found these weird crab dudes. I got a bit too close after scanning it, and let's just say I won't be making that mistake again. Well, I definitely got the worst out of the way for this sea truck. I still need a few more things, but it shouldn't be too hard to get. Finally, at the end of the day, I made my personal vehicle.
Time to be a redneck of the sea.
I found diamonds in a really spooky place on day 9, but I forgot to record it. So, as punishment, I forced myself to return on day 10 to get some more. There were some squid-looking dudes, and honestly, I wasn't about to get anywhere near those things. I also collected some gel sacks before making a hasty retreat. I might have scanned some fragments on day 9, but honestly, I have no idea. After leaving, some fish chomped me, and there was no way I was letting that slide. The fact he instantly died made it that much better. I spent the rest of the day looking for lead. I don't remember what it was for, but I got some anyway. Oh yeah, wait, I was gonna make a base. Before any of you nerds in the comments say anything, I have no idea why I chose to build in this biome. I wouldn't be able to expand or anything. Meh. After I got a bit of power going, I set up a fabricator and a battery charger. Now all I needed was a lot more storage space. I wanted to branch off and have it in another room, but as you can see, there was some goofiness going on that prevented me from achieving my hopes and dreams of placing an underwater tube. Or even a room for that matter. Like I said, building in this biome was a dumb idea. I did eventually manage to finagle the position a bit before the end of the day, so I guess let's see what I can do with this. Even the new position wasn't good enough, so day 12 was spent just trying to figure out where I'd have enough room to build a decent base. I could have just gone somewhere else, but I guess I was committed, as I usually tend to be when in stupid situations on the Choofy channel. Now it was time to start transporting the stuff from the drop pod to my new base. Get the heck out of my way, fish. This was a bit dumb since I started transporting goods before I had even placed any lockers in the base, so I had to collect a bunch of quartz. Alright, got some lockers up. Now I can move my stuff. My brain is so wrinkly right now. I set up some more lockers and rearranged them since the first arrangement was kinda lame. I also began adding some windows for clout. Windows are cool. Also, remember the spooky area with the diamonds? I swam back down there to do a little more exploring. Well, down there, I found some fragments to scan for sea truck modules. I don't know what that means. I will eventually, I guess. Before the end of the day, I made my way back out of the trench. The less time I spend around those squid thingies, the better. Well, to make these sea truck additions, it looks like I need to find more lithium. I still needed a few more things to make the computer chip, but it didn't take long at all to round up the material for a fabricator module. Sweet, now I can walk around in this thing. Everything's coming together slowly but surely. I was looking for gold on day 16. Why? I can't remember. It was probably important. This is why you don't procrastinate on your scripting, kids.
This alien technology exhibits a data signature that strongly correlates with the previously recorded distress call.
Interesting. How about I can use this new data to identify
Aliens. Bunch of space nerds asking for help. Oh right, I was making stuff for the sea truck storage module. I forgot. I also finally got around to setting up a power cell charger, which evidently broke my computer. After that, it was time to continue exploring, because I still have no idea where I am on this map. No, Squid, back, you heathen. Oh hey, look, there's that wreck again. I don't know why I put this in the video, I just figured I'd mention that. Yeah, I'm still kinda just wandering around, don't mind me. Don't mind the scary monsters in the dark either. I found an interesting area that had these enormous jellyfish creatures that made me a bit uncomfortable to look at. At a certain point, I parked my sea truck to swim deeper since it was at its depth limit. This was risky, but I was rewarded with a blueprint for thermal plants. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, okay. Death is fine. We're just gonna pretend like that didn't happen and I'm still good at the game. Alright, that alien distress call is really making me curious. Maybe I'll actually get to see what they look like this time. I was having a lot of trouble finding the actual spot though, since it seemed to be underground, and I spent a long time looking. For some reason, it never occurred to me to follow the alien tech near my base. I have no clue why. Lo and behold, it took me straight to an alien thing. Wowza, never saw that coming. If only I could actually use that 10% of my brain for once.
What is all this?
Seeking emergency storage medium.
I can help you better if you show yourself.
If we could show ourselves, we would not need storage.
You mean you don't have a physical presence? Are you one of them? An architect?
Storage medium identified.
We will be lost unless we find a new host. Can you help?
Can you use my PDA for storage?
You are not with the group from before. Your cybernetic components bear their signal.
Altera? No, my equipment is, borrowed.
It will have to do.
How long have you been stored here?
Longer than hoped.
Warning. Sanctuary power critical.
Our data can be downloaded from the terminal. We may speak more once the transfer is complete.
Yes, okay. Hurrying.
Storage medium accepted. Brace for transfer.
Brace? What's happening?
Transfer. Transfer complete.
How do you feel?
Why do you sound like you're inside my head?
The facility identified hospitable capacity within your cerebral cortex.
You are in my head? I offered you my PDA! Get out!
Oh no. Does your kind perceive a boundary between cybernetic and organic components?
My mind is not a component!
You sound angry. We will allow you a moment to process.
Don't you go silent on me. Hello? This is not happening. That's the explanation. It's not happening.
We understand this arrangement is undesirable to you.
You're not real. Go away.
To go, we require a suitable body for transfer.
Why do you keep saying we? How many of you are there?
One of us and all of us. We do not think of ourselves as individual, distinct.
Why don't you start by telling me who you are?
You may append your seed code to my species designation. Please call me Al-An.
My whole life I've been dying to meet a sapient spacefaring alien up close, and you're telling me your name is Alan?
Is it insufficient?
No, it's fine. It's perfect. Where are you from, Alan?
Your kind calls us architects.
The precursor race. But what are you doing here?
That is a long story. Perhaps you would prefer to focus on the construction of a new storage medium to which I may transfer.
Yes. Fine, absolutely. how do we get you out of my head?
I have added the information to your data bank. You will need to find the necessary components.
Any idea where I can find them?
It is unclear. I have been disconnected from my network for so long I cannot locate the coordinates.
So, the downside of this is that this dude is probably reading the deepest, darkest secrets of my mind. The upside is that I have a new traveling buddy. I spent some time making some backup power cells for my sea truck, and by some time, I mean literally the rest of the day until I was powered up enough to keep exploring. Oh crap, I'm still recording. My adventures took me back to land on day 9, where I found some peppers in a cave that raised my body temperature. There was also some alien stuff too, I guess, but peppers are way cooler. Gonna be honest, I have no idea what any of this alien stuff does. That's probably not my place to care about anyway, so I'ma just let my imaginary friend do his thing here. Ugh, these jellyfish are so weird.
Let's go loot. More loot, baby, that's what I'm talking about.
As I continued blundering around to who knows where, my buddy Alan apparently found some more alien junk for me to go find. I wanted to be able to take my sea truck deeper, and for that I needed the modification station. I also finally got some water filtration going, so hopefully my days of catching bladderfish were over. Knowing me though, probably not. To make a depth module, I would need to make synthetic fibers, which needed some materials that I have never seen in my life. Well, that'll be a problem. I needed some kind of plant clipping, and it could genuinely be found anywhere for all I knew. So the search began. In the meantime, I decided to check out that alien artifact that Alan was guiding me to. It was kind of a maze to get there, but I got there in the end. Ooh, laser cutter fragment. Water analysis station? What, to make sure you fellas weren't peeing here? Peeing in the pool? Urinating in the bath? Contaminating the solution? Okay, I'm done. Dude, I have genuinely no clue where to find this plant. Google, help! Help me, Google, please. Google, I'm begging you. On the bright side, my quest for plant brought me a couple of prawn suit fragments. Let's go! And for the life of me, I still could not find that stupid plant to get a sample. Oh, what? Oh no, please, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, let me be. I did nothing wrong, please. My search for the special plant took me back to the wreckage from earlier. Honestly, it kind of sounds like I'm talking about drugs, but I assure you, I do not partake in that sacrilege. Except for a little ketamine now and then, you know? You know what I'm saying? Oh, sorry, I was just clearing my throat there. As I continued on my way, Alan started talking to me after I dove into this weird viney area. It got a little too deep for me to keep using the truck, so I swam. It was kind of a cool area, and I found stuff here I would need to make hydrochloric beverage. The best beverage ever invented by man. Hey, this plant looks spirally. Nope. Not what I needed. I left the cave due to oxygen-related issues, but at least I got some fragments for a sea truck aquarium. Just what I wanted. Slavery on the go. I explored another deep area, and that's when I found it. Finally. I returned home with victory in my veins to finally craft synthetic fiber. Now I was a lot closer to having a depth upgrade for the sea truck. A lot of time that day was spent trying to figure out how to expand my base. Again, this spot was unironically a horrible location to build. I wanted more glass for windows too, so I needed a bunch of quartz. A lot of quartz. Oh, why do I do this? I honestly have no idea what I was trying to do on day 23. Besides checking out things I needed to make, I wandered around looking for resources. Resources that weren't salt because that crap was everywhere. I did find a deeper area with plenty of diamonds, so that was cool, I guess. Day 24 began with some slicing action on these table corals. Nothing to see here. The reefs were dying out anyway. I grabbed some lead from the Galena outcrops, and with it I crafted a docking module for my sea truck. What happens if I sit under this? What could possibly go wrong? It's cool that I have a prawn suit docking module, but I kind of need a prawn suit to go with it. Whoops. Fortunately, as it turns out, I already had most of what I needed to make it. All I needed was some copper wire. Baba-booey, baby! I'm too good sometimes. For some reason, when I got on my prawn suit, I thought punching my base would be a good idea. We're just not gonna talk about this. Like, ever again. It was time to graduate from solar panels as my only source of energy, and I vaguely remembered seeing a thermal vent somewhere in the caves. Ah, here we are. I tried being a coward and set the thermal plant on the borders of the vent, but got no power. Oh yeah, right on top of the lava. That makes sense. Can't imagine molten rock damaging valuable technology on contact. That would be ridiculous. I scavenged for gold the following day, and while at it, I found another artifact.
I have collected enough data to extrapolate the location of a component necessary to assemble my body.
Oh, Alan, that's so great to hear. I'm sure the female main character will be very happy as soon as you get out of her head. You will be too, actually. You're probably the one trapped in her head, forced to read all those unwritten love letters to Harry Styles.
Michael! Don't leave me here! Michael! Michael! Help me!
A good portion of the day was used up placing down power transmitters to connect the thermal plant to the base. Again, this spot was the absolute worst, and I hate that I built here. See? Look, this is why. Expanding this thing is going to be an absolute nightmare. I haven't ever really used these corridor shapes before, and it sucks that I'm forced to use them now. It's too late now. I'm dedicated to this spot. No, please come back. No, sir, I'm so hungry. This base might be atrocious, but at least I can say it has windows. That's about the only other good thing I can say about it. I completely forgot that I had made a laser cutter at some point on day 28, so I made my way back over to that shipwreck from earlier and became a felon for breaking and entering. There was a lot of good loot in here. I was pretty impressed. There were also these parallel processing unit thingies sitting around. I scanned them. I'm not sure what they do, but they're definitely important for something. Or they aren't, and I don't care, but you know, either way. Well, time to go home, I guess. I couldn't find anything else, so I'm sorry. I don't know what I did, but I'm so sorry. Please, oh please, I'm sorry. Remember that lady in the prawn suit from earlier? I decided to go investigate the area where it said she was last seen or detected or whatever. I decided to go in my prawn suit since it probably meant I had to dive deeper to find her. I also found some rubies, which I will not say no to. Somehow I ended up back at the shipwreck, which I guess was pretty close to the signal. There I found a nuclear reactor and got a glorious idea that I might try later in the video. I also found the third and final piece of that parallel processing unit. So the detour turned out to be pretty fruitful. Well, there's this artifact body cache I'm trying to get to, and I have zero clue as to how. But on the bright side, there's fragments here I haven't scanned, like this sea truck aquarium module. After exploring some more, by complete accident, I came across another abandoned base. I scanned all the furniture I could, but there really wasn't much there. Next to this base, there was a deep crevasse, so I obviously began heading down. There was no way I was going to make it all the way to the bottom with this weak prawn suit, so I turned around and made my way back to the sea truck. Until I got distracted by this cave, of course, obviously. Would you look at that? I just straight up discovered and doxed this lady's location.
I told you to stay off my land.
You trained that thing?
Next time I'll let him tear you to ribbons, Altera.
I'm not with Altera. I'm Robin Ayu. I'm looking for information about my sister Sam. I think you might have crossed paths.
Bull crap. I suggest you take the time you need to come to your senses and then get off my sea base. If you're not Altera, why don't you disable that damn tracking satellite tower instead of barging into my sea base? Maybe once Altera's off my back, I'll remember something about your sister. There's some junk on that table that might help. I couldn't get it to work.
Alright, ladies, say less. She seems like the type to say, "This is my dog, Princess. I promise she don't bite." Once I was back at the sea truck on day 30, I began making my way home. I had so much I was dragging behind me on the sea truck that I was moving quite slow. Ugh, this base. It reeks of inconvenience. I need to move. Bruh, are you kidding me? I can't even place a moon pool? That's ridiculous. After a stupid amount of trial and error, I got it to a place where I could finally place it. This sucks. On the bright side, with less effort, I got myself a sea truck dock. Oh man, this is nice. Beautiful, some might say. And you know I gotta customize this bad boy with the channel colors. Ah, this feels right. This area would have been a way better place for a base. Just saying, I could move. I could really move if I wanted to. I collected some more goodies until I finally decided to check if I could place a nuclear reactor. Lent, Seriously? Why can't I place this John? Maybe I just need a large room to place it in. Well, there go the last few precious cubits of space I need to build. After spending half of the day gathering material, on day 33, I placed the nuclear reactor in the large room. My hunch was unfortunately right. When I got it active though, holy cow, I was never going to need power ever again. I spent the rest of the day looking for lithium. My hunt for lithium continued into the next morning, and honestly, I can't remember why I even needed this stuff. As I explored, I decided to pick up any quartz I could find too, you know, for glass. All that glass would be used for an aquarium! Yippee! Yippee! I wanted to make another storage module for my sea truck and nearly had enough to do it. After some item wrangling, I claimed my prize. Why did I need all this storage? Because I was finally sick and tired of this area. Remember that flat area I found earlier? I gave up with the old, so now it's time to move on to the new. I'm finally moving, and this is going to be a royal pain in the butt. There are so many things and items I need to move over here, it's not even funny. My stubbornness is actually going to kill me one of these days. First things first though, I gotta get down this thermal plant so I can get power. Now that I've got the bare minimum going, I have a whole lot of menial labor to do. Besides, it's not a choofy video without a good Home Depot compilation.
That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo!
I was pretty happy with the base I had going for me by day 39, so I chose to finally do something else. I still had to make that override thingy for that one grouchy lady so the IRS would stop breathing down her neck. This is a bonus for me since it means I can start evading my taxes too. Hopefully she'll be a lot happier to see me, but in the meantime, I'll be busy with tomfoolery. She can wait. Who am I kidding? I might as well.
Do it. Please work. Satellite is down.
I am impressed. That was most resourceful.
Okay, so there was like an entire month where I didn't play because I was touching grass, so I was totally clueless as to what I was doing on day 40. Guess I'll do something unimportant. It should be fine, right? Also, these Leviathan dudes keep trespassing on my base. I'm having none of that. Come here, bucko.
You thought you could get away. Where do you think you're going? All violators will be towed.
I performed a quick search for titanium and began placing pipes. I had a bunch of triggered comments in my last video about air pipes, so I'll make sure to place extra this time. Wait a minute, wasn't I supposed to do this thing for the story? I think... Man, it's been a while. I began preparing to build an aquarium the next morning because aquariums are the coolest. I need more glass. I need a freaking, I don't know, purpose in life. Actually, I do have a born purpose. It's to do things that are funny and pointless to entertain internet strangers. Yup, I'm gonna need a lot of pipes for this. If I told you guys the amount of titanium I waste in this video, you would be very sad. It was an unworldly amount. One of my favorite things about this game is that you can literally cook a fish to go while you're out and about with the option to consume it in front of its loved ones. If this game is gonna give me psychological damage, you better believe I'm gonna do it right back. Anyway, I needed lots of glass, so a bunch of time was spent grabbing as much quartz as I could find. Once I was satisfied, I went back to the base and began getting my aquarium started. I had gathered a few creature eggs at this point and really wanted to see how they would cope being raised behind bars. The grind for glass continued into day 43, so there's not much to see here. Since I was out and about, I decided to grab a buttload of uranium and rubies from some harder to reach areas, you know, for road snacks. A new undiscovered abandoned base? Oh, it is nothing. I wasted my time. I got a good look at the modification station to see what I needed to upgrade my sea truck's depth limit. It was a lot. I think I got the rubies covered though. Ugh, kyanite? I still need that crap? Oh yeah, I also got a lot closer to finishing my aquarium.
Sponge boy me Bob, we need to go deeper.
Okay, noted I can't do a Mr. Krabs impression. I needed more titanium, so it was high time I took a gander for scrap metal. Good thing my base was so close to this shipwreck. This allowed me to put a door on my aquatic prison. After this, I decided that I wanted to be more ambitious with my energy consumption. To achieve this goal, I needed a lot more uranium, so I traveled down past the vent gardens in order to find some. And I found a lot. I did a little bit more exploring since I had no idea where the inevitable deep cave entrance was, but found nothing, so I returned home. Day 45, I set up a planter on the roof of my moon pool, but unfortunately at the time, my intelligence failed me when I tried to plant some gel sacks. I straight up had to Google it before I got it right. Ay caramba, I don't get paid enough for this. After that debacle, I scavenged the local biome to pick up as much lithium and quartz as I could find. Not salt though. Salt was dumb. I didn't need salt. When I returned home, I installed some more windows in my aquarium area. It isn't a choofy video without excessive amounts of glass.
More glass. We need more glass.
Also, you can't go wrong with more pipes. I wanted more nuclear reactors still, but for that I needed computer chips, and to make those I needed table coral, which was really annoying to try and find again since I forgot where they spawned. Because of this, I had to make sure I got plenty. Eggs began hatching on day 47, and I was disappointed to find that one of them was a crash fish. You know, those little dudes that explode? Not a great feeling to have a whole kamikaze unit ready to go inside your house. I got those computer chips finally crafted up, and we were looking alright. I also messed around with the color scheme of my prawn suit. I named him Timmy, but only probably because I didn't have any funnier ideas at the time. I went back to say hi to Marguerit after that, but it had been so long since I had completed her side quest that I had completely forgotten that she was gonna be somewhere else.
Hi guys, welcome back to my Minecraft Let's Play. Today we're going to be searching for alien artifacts in an underwater equivalent of the underworld. What excitement will be in store for us today? Would you look at that? It's cubes in my Minecraft Let's Play. Well, thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll catch you in the next episode. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Alright, I'm done.
This day had me looting and a new shipwreck. Couldn't find a way inside, so I gave up like the coward I was. Time for more pipes, fellas. I really need that confusing spiderweb shape here for this to work. Now I went over to the kelp forest to grab some creep vine seeds. Why are they called creepy anyway?
Hey, you look kinda cute when you sleep, you know?
Oh. Never mind. I did some exploring and came across what looked like an abandoned mining site. I'm definitely going in. Keep out signs have always only been suggestions. This place was a lot bigger than I had anticipated on the inside. Like your mom. There were some prawn suit upgrades in there as well, so that was pretty nice. Okay, I guess we don't have day 50. That sucks. Day 51, it was about time I got some ion power cells for my sea truck. It's like the difference between using renewable energy, like, I don't know, windmills, and deciding to invade Afghanistan so you can burn the remains of dinosaurs for fuel, melting the entire North Pole while you're at it. Moral of the story, kids? Don't save the polar bears, because they won't save you. They'll just, like, eat you and then wash you down with a Coke or something. Really, all I needed to make the ion power cells was some rubber, so I had to go back to the creepvine forest to get what I needed. Pretty much all I did that day, since when I got back home, I was once again placing more pipes. Day 52, I began a stream of this over on my Twitch channel, which you should definitely go follow. If you don't, I'm telling Mom. Anyways, I was spending the day collecting various ores and other stuff to make some base level tech. No idea what I was trying to build here, to be honest. I didn't write any notes for this video. Bad idea? Probably. I also can't be bothered though, so there. Oh yeah, now I remember. I wanted to make a few more nuclear reactors. I wanted to flood my base with 1,000,000 rads of death, so I'm pretty much just still rounding up everything I need to make one. And make them I did. Safe to say, I was pretty pleased about this too.
I have detected an energy signature of some strength. I am not sure what it is for.
Ah, sweet. Story progression. That can wait though. I'm still acquiring stuff so I can eventually give myself radiation sickness. While I was out and finding more lead, some of the brute sharks in the area were getting a little feisty. Okay, yeah, that's it. You don't get away that easily. Nope, come here. Come here. I've literally beaten Dark Souls and Elden Ring, you fools. Do you not know what kind of a monster you're dealing with? Finally, the last thing I needed for the reactor rods was a ton of uranium in the good old deep ocean. I hate it here. I was intrigued by the new alien artifact, so on day 55, I began to go deeper to find it. It was actually pretty straightforward to get to, since it wasn't too far from my base. Also, free ion cubes. I will take those. I decided to take a scenic route on the way home and ran into these docile whale-looking things. These things were so chill. Kind of like huge dogs. I watched them glomp an entire school of fish and began making my way back home after that. You know what would be really nice for my sea truck? Some afterburners. Unfortunately, I need to scan some more pieces before I can actually make one, so I paused the game to get a little bit of help from good old St. Google. I was way too lazy to go find them myself. They also weren't that expensive to make. All I needed was a bit of sulfur and we would be good to go. If only I could actually find the stuff. Oh, here we go. Dub. Oh, look at this beauty go. I can't wait to use the afterburners. Hopefully they're not super lame. What's really funny and also really irritating to watch as I write this script was the fact that I immediately went looking for this alien distress call beacon and didn't even use the afterburner once. I do use it a whole bunch later though, so don't worry. Also, I hear your greasy hands writing those comments. I know I already went to this distress call. I didn't at the moment of playing this. Let's just let the Truffy of the past learn from his mistakes. Oh wow, would you look at that? Seems I've already been here. Who would have guessed? What a fascinating conclusion. Fellas, remember to always turn off beacons you're never going to use again. We're just gonna forget about that. I found a cool little iceberg cave the next morning, and towards the ceiling there was a small little ice hole that needed a laser cutter to get through. Well, too bad I don't have it on me for some reason. I explored the coastline to see if there were any other new land chunks I might be missing. So far, nothing but this giant cliff. Am I still even on the map? Oh crud, guess not. Run! Run! I spent some time actually trying to investigate new critters and ice sheets floating on the water. Not exactly a productive use of time, but there's no point in rushing through this game. From what I can tell, there might not be that much for me to do. Ew. Eyeball jellyfish. Day 59, I returned to this land area I hadn't been to since the first 5 days of this playthrough. There was so much area I hadn't explored, and honestly, there was probably some important story stuff up here that I was missing. After running through a cave, I found a large base. Yo. Oh, the Phi Robotics lab thingy. Of course, I can't forget the main character lore. This was still a great find though, because I got a blueprint for a Snow Fox charging station thingy. Wait. Robotic penguins? What's that supposed to do? I also found the blueprints to the snowsuit out here, but for some reason I can't find where that happened in the footage. So for now my only source is trust me, bro. After looting and listening to some more useless background lore drops, I left the base. Also, I found these pepper things in caves that kept my body temperature up. Don't know if I already mentioned that in this video, but they're pretty useful. This place is genuinely way larger than I thought. There's a bunch I'm missing, like this wide open area with snow fox fragments directly above the robotics base. Well, in the meantime, I decided to head back to the base to get a good look at some of the new things I could craft. Also, you guys like how I made it virtually impossible to drown in this one spot? In pipes I trust. Told you it was a good idea. I was pretty happy to find a small leviathan swimming around in my aquarium. This will be my new dog. Her name is Cupcake, and her favorite snack is a 3-year-old human child. What? Bro, how did this even happen? I thought it was full health. Forget it. I have another one anyway. I'll just focus on getting a snow fox for now. So I guess at some point I made the drill arm for my prawn suit, which took only a few lithium and some other stuff to make. I needed a lot more titanium since I had used up my whole supply on super important stuff. Now, to make a snow fox, I still needed magnetite. I had no idea where to find this stuff. You know who does, though?
My mom! Get out! it. It was worth it.
So as it turns out, you guys remember that small little ice hole that needed a laser cutter? Turns out that through there I'll find an entire vein of magnetite. First I actually have to find that spot again though. Why am I struggling so hard to find the spot? Bro? Where am I? Oh, here we go, finally! Literally took me all day. Just give me the sweet, sweet loot and I'll be on my way, thanks. Oh yeah, that should be plenty. Day 63, I wrangled up everything I needed to craft the Snow Fox and its landing pad thingy and made my way back to the Phi Robotics landing. Whoa, this thing is awesome. I also probably should have let it charge up a bit first. I started to explore down this frozen river, but then chickened out and turned around. When I got back to its terminal, I renamed it Bubba. For the remainder of the night, I looked for resources to make a spy pangling robot. It would be important for helping me get a certain resource I needed for the cold suit. Time to go back. The Snow Fox should be charged up by now. Also, I discovered that those eye jellyfish things have a weakness. Vehicular manslaughter. This time I was ready to explore further up that frozen river, looking for a snow stalker. When I was ready to set up, I realized I hadn't made a remote for the pangling robot. Bro! Fortunately, the game decided to postpone my adventure with the snowstorm, which was brutal on my physical well-being. It was now extremely clear to me that I needed the cold weather suit if I wanted to be able to do any further exploring. Still, first things first, I had to go back to the base and make that stupid remote. Alright, Pangling, let's see you work. The controls were a bit clunky, but this should work fine. Until the camera feedback started getting so bad it hurt my eyes, that is. Maybe I had to stand closer. When I backed out of the camera, I had a little friend waiting for me close by. Oh, hey buddy, how's it going? Good thing they hate flares. When I got back to safety, I went up to him with my Pangling and got some fur. I'll never understand. Why is he letting this slide? He's so chill with this random little thing resembling prey, just rolling up, stealing his skin, then leaving unscratched. Whatever, dude, I'll take it. All I needed to make the cold suit now was some fiber mesh, which could be easily collected from the nearby kelp forest. With my brand new cold suit, it was time to get exploring again. Well, I had to wait out the night first. You know, the way these snow stalkers just kinda cope with the fact that I'm just here with a flare gives me an idea. I'll worry about it some other time, though. You can't best me, stalker man. I've beaten Dark Souls. May this be a lesson to your next of kin. Eventually, I came across a large cave, and as I began to explore, I found a base drilled right into the ice. After snooping around for a little bit, I decided to go a bit deeper. Whatever this thing was, it was massive, and it looks like they were trying to drill around it. Ah, the indomitable human spirit. We really are idiots, huh? I looted the area and then went on my merry way. There was a lot more to that place for sure, but for now I still don't even know what the heck I'm doing. Also, remember that bacteria? So I guess this humongous dude is infected with it too. Wowza.
This was Sam's necklace. She never took it off.
Okay, I don't really care. Anyways, I decided to leave for real now. I got pretty lost though and somehow ended up at this weird underwater tunnel. When I resurfaced, I still had no idea where I was. This is also when I realized that the Snow Fox actually keeps you warm when you're riding it. I returned home to see all the new goodies that I could craft, but probably never would. Because, yeah, boom, yeah, Recyclotron. Don't ask. Not entirely sure what I did on day 68. I just kind of wandered around my base looking at random things but doing nothing. Then I drove over to the Snow Fox again. I'm now wanted for 2 counts of hitting jellyfish children with my aquatic Ford F-150. Then I pulled out my London bent knife on another because he decided to challenge my honor. Well, back into the snowy wilds I go. There's definitely more for me to do, like going all sicko mode on these snow stalkers. As I continued to explore, I came across a little hole that for some reason I couldn't go inside. Crawling exists, bro. Try it. My little robo penguin could though, so I drove it through and found the antidote. I was literally supposed to be here to advance the story. I promise I didn't do it on purpose. To redeem myself of these pesky nerd qualities, I went British style on a snowstalker right in front of its kids. Sometimes the best teacher is violence. Feds, if you're watching this, that was a joke. Well, as it turns out, that bottle I grabbed wasn't the actual antidote. I still had to make it. But all I needed were 2 very easy to grab plants that were nearby. So back out into the snow I go, I guess. That's right. Yup, take it like a champ. Your ankles are fine. After I got back to the sea truck and made the goods, I hopped back onto the Snow Fox and returned to the cave. This took a little while though.
I believe the antibacterial agent was effective. Without it, the bacteria could have spread.
I'm a good person now, I guess. Back to the fort I go. Not really sure what I'm supposed to do now. Oh, sorry, I was asleep. Alright, time to be real. I need kyanite. Bad. No idea where to find it either, so I just googled it. As it turns out, the entrance to a deeper cave was a mere couple hundred meters from my base. Kyanite, here I come. Nothing can stop me. Look, the stuff is literally right out in the open too. No need for a drill. This is too easy, boys.
Proceed with caution. A Leviathan-class creature is near.
I beg your pardon? I ate everything. I still don't have all the material I need too, which means I have to stay down here. I'm so ready to leave, guys. After I left with the kyanite on day 72, I realized I still needed nickel, which I also had to Google the location of. At this point, I don't even care. Once I was in the area, getting plenty of the stuff was easy. In no time, I was back at the base, upgrading the depth modules for both my prawn suit and sea truck. Before the day was out, I placed down a bioreactor to fulfill a promise I had made to some of my fans. I put this random baby penguin I had collected at some point in there and watched it slowly turn into green goo. Wow, this is cool. I'll just do that with the rest of my critters. Woohoo for energy. Now I know how much I dreaded the caverns below with that disgusting creature, but I also know that's how the game is telling me that it wants me to go that way. So down I go, I guess. This sucks. The more I explored down here, the more I grew accustomed to it. I still didn't like it, but the initial scariness had worn off. Besides, there were some tricks for trying to avoid the Leviathans. Didn't always work, but it helped knowing that they couldn't one-shot me. As I continued deeper, my suspicions were confirmed as Alan detected another facility nearby. How about that? Just left your organs out in the open air, just like that. No wonder you all died. Then it was time to go back through the cavern again. Oh boy! To make things even better, this time I got lost. Very lost. Hopelessly lost. I actually ended up going even deeper and found another alien structure.
This is the fabrication facility where we will construct my next form. We must first locate all the necessary components. You should focus on that.
You didn't even know what this place was, but you're telling me what to focus on?
I am trying to encourage you.
Ah, I see. I'm not supposed to be here yet. Well, Here goes nothing. Oh, good grief. I hate these things. Guess who made it out of the caves? This guy. Ha ha. I want to go cry in the shower now. So it looked like I needed to not only scan the 3 different body parts for Alan, but I needed to have all the materials together to make them down in the second alien facility, which meant, yes, I would have to go back, but for now, I would just make sure that I had everything I needed for the first 2 body parts that I had already scanned. As it turns out, yes, I did have everything I needed so far. That was pretty easy. I love being rich. So now all I need to do is find that 3rd part. Should be easy enough. Well, actually, no. Those are famous last words. There was still one spot I hadn't checked out yet, and I had a feeling the 3rd body part would be on land. There was this bridge that I had seen but never investigated.
There is something of significance beyond this bridge.
See, what did I say? There was a broken part I scanned and needed to remake so that the bridge would be fixed. I guess, probably. Why else would it be there? It was a pretty simple recipe too. All I needed was some vine goo and we were good to go. I made it back to the bridge on day 76 and whoop-de-frickin-do, I fixed it. Now all I need to do is find the last body part and we're chilling.
I'm sensing interesting patterns to the northeast. It would be worth investigating. But be careful.
Of what?
I recall ravenous creatures tunneling beneath the ice.
I beg your pardon? Well, it doesn't seem that bad. Dude, what the heck was that? Oh, I hate this. I hate this. I really hate this. This sucks. Why is the game doing this to me? Oh, nah, what the heck, what is that? Why did they put worms in this? This ain't Dune, bruh. I'm no Lisan al-Gaib. When I sought refuge in a cave, I found some free ion cubes. Too bad I don't have my prawn suit. And I could, actually get them with the drill. Oh, heck nah. Heck nah. Time to make a getaway on my snow fox. Okay, I guess I will not be using my snow fox. I really don't know where I'm going. This is awful. I thought I was finally getting somewhere when I found another cave, but it only turned out to be a phase gate and nothing more. It led to a long water tunnel at the back end, which took me to yet another ice sheet that required the laser cutter that I didn't have with me. At least the northern lights are pretty, even though they smell of death. Yeah, there's no getting that snow fox back. It's like 80 or 90 meters under the map, so I guess I'll find this alien body part on foot with the worms. Oh, fate is a cruel, unforgiving thing. Wow, this place is way bigger than the other land area. If I didn't have all these peppers on me, I'd be freezing to death. Oh, I hate this. Big, flat, expanse of land. I'm going to get devoured so fast. Once I saw an unexplored crevice there, I headed straight down. Then, lo and behold, there it was, the alien chamber.
That is a rough way to go.
That's why we have OSHA, guys. The indomitable human spirit would never let that happen to us. Okay, I have all the body components scanned. Now it's time for the joyous activity of running through worm-infested lands to get back home. I lucked out, though. Remember that phase gate I found? There was an ion cube in the area where I found the last body part, and it allowed me to teleport straight to a phase gate next to the science base. My luck here was glorious. I had everything I needed for Alan's body parts, so now it was time to head through the scary Leviathan cave one more time.
You said this was the spot where I can make you a body, right?
Yes. Once you have used the fabricator to build each component, we can assemble them.
And then we can transfer you out of my head?
I am anticipating it as much as you are.
So, Alan, you said your people came here in search of a cure?
I was a researcher.
You were a scientist? Like me?
My people regarded my scientific contributions with particular interest.
As I said, like me.
If that is your interpretation.
So, how did your valuable scientific mind wind up infected?
Not my mind, my body. Perhaps you should build the next component.
So you came here to search for a cure?
I led the mission.
Does that mean the bacteria got out on your watch?
This subject is uncomfortable. If you would like to know more, I will ask that you first construct the final component. This is the last piece. Soon I will be autonomous again.
What will you do with your newfound freedom?
I must return home to make amends.
Amends? For the bacterium? There seems to be a lot you're not telling me.
It is hard for me to find the words. I must collect my thoughts. We are
Commencing storage medium fabrication.
The escape of the bacteria was an accident. I thought my solution was foolproof. I was wrong.
Did you cause the accident?
Yes.
Oh.
I do not wish to speak about it.
We can come back to this.
Commencing data transfer.
Did it work? Are we...
It has been some time since I last stretched out in so many dimensions. Like waking from a dream.
Whoa. Hey. You're really not in my head anymore?
There are some remnants. Would you like your memories of me removed as well?
Are you kidding? No way. You still owe me the end of your story.
I told you I must return home. To assess. Repair. Make amends.
Tell me more.
When the bacteria escaped, it was my fault. I disobeyed the directive from my network.
Oh, no.
We noticed that a species of Leviathan young produced an enzyme that is efficient against the bacteria. I thought if we incubated sea dragon eggs, we might expedite their hatching. I was not wrong.
But...
It would appear that sea dragon parents are stronger and more motivated than our facility was rated to handle.
And the bacteria got out, infecting everything. How many survived the outbreak back home? Are they still waiting for someone to bring back a cure?
I do not know.
Can I help?
The fact that I withheld this information does not concern you.
It was certainly manipulative. And I've also made my own share of mistakes. I'm still committed to helping.
I accept your help. Find me at the gate when you are ready. In the meantime, I must prepare.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
Bro, I gotta go back? You can't be serious.
One eternity later.
Are you preparing to leave, Alan?
Yes. There is much to do. Do you still wish to leave with me? Beyond this teleporter, there is no turning back.
Are you kidding? I can't pass up a chance to see where Architect's coming from. Besides, I don't have another ride.
I do not know what we will find there. The others may be sick or angry, if they live at all.
Or you could find peace. Family.
I hope you are right. Please complete any business you still have on this planet. Join me on the other side when you are ready to leave. Robin, you're just in time. The phase gate is opening.
You've been hiding a phase gate here this whole time.
Only for the last millennium. It will lead us home.
No wonder you hid yourself from Altera.
It was imperative to keep the homeworld safe, in hopes that the others survived.
Yeah.
Will you help me prepare the ship? The energy masts must be moved into place.
Well, this is different.
Dude, imagine how many ways you could abuse this power. You could like throw an entire pallet of enchiladas up to like 3 miles.
Thank you. The masts are in place. The energy field is ready. There is no time to lose. Join me, Robin. I apologize. The levitator was calibrated for heavier bodies. I would have helped you to your feet, but as you can see, I have been fully integrated with the ship.
Is this permanent?
Nothing is permanent. Are you ready to go?
Yes. I found the answers I was looking for. I'm ready to move on. I can't bring Sam back. But I know she died fighting, and I got to finish her work. I'll always carry her memory.
Good. Please brace yourself, and then we will depart. Launching in 3, 2, 1.
What will we find when we get there?
If I am the last of my kind, I will experience the sorrow of 10,000 souls dimming.
And if they survived?
With you, I am ready to face whatever awaits.
Thanks so much for watching, fellas. Be sure to check out my other videos. Also, go join my Discord. With all of that said, see you in future videos, and hopefully it'll be quicker this time.